Sir Pinkie. Can you guys see it? I didn't switch, did I? Oh crap, I didn't switch. There we go. There we go. No picture. There we go. This is Sir Pinkie. Sir Pinkie is full brother to Pinkosaurus Rex. They got a slight different shading. You guys remember Pinkosaurus is a little bit more pink and red, and he's a little bit more orange. He's also a lot calmer than Pinkosaurus Rex. He doesn't try to eat me every single time I look at him. But there you can see he's slithering across the floor a little bit. Sir Pinkie! What? Why are you chainsawing? Why are you chainsawing? He doesn't try to eat me every single time. We're colonized us Swedes instead of Brits, we'd be better off. Yeah, he's the chill brother. He's just sort of like, hey, what up? Yo, how's it going? Because brother of Mini Chainsaw Rex? Yeah. That's kind of funny, Sectress. That's kind of funny, not gonna lie. You know what, though? We probably would have been like, oh man, it's too hot here. Especially here in California, it is flipping hot. I'm not a huge fan. Anyway, so yeah, you can see he's got like a little poofy cheeks. And every time I reach down and touch him, he's like, ah, don't. No touch. I did not authorize this. Let me run away. He didn't run very far. He ran like 2 feet. But not even, like, probably more like 2 inches. But yeah, so that is full brother to Pinkosaurus Rex. As you can see, he's also an albino, so all of his children will have a... They will have a... They will have a host from the sloth. Thank you very much, Sir Sloth. I appreciate you. Too lazy to run. He also... Somewhere you're making up words now. I almost want to Google that to see if that is a word in some language. It got to 100 F there. It's supposed to get to 100 here. Hey, you, Fogan, how you doing today? You feel like being a dick today? Is that because you don't have the taste of freedom in your mouth? Is that because right now, wherever you're at, you're not eating a star-spangled cupcake? I had to think about how I wanted to word that. A star-spangled cupcake. Yes, Sloth, that. Boop. Oh, he gets booped. Look at this. Watch, watch. I'll do it. I'll do it. I swear to God, I'll boop him. It is right now 91 degrees here. It is supposed to be 100 over the weekend. There, see? Look, I just booped him. Don't poke you. Poke. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Bum-ba-da-na-na. Bum-ba-da-na-na. Bogan, thank you so much for that, host. I appreciate it. So yeah, that is Sir Pinkie. The chill brother of the one who's always trying to eat my face. Alright? Alright, so next we're gonna look at... Who is this? Is this the one we want? Okay. Alright, so next we're gonna look at one... its name is Frank. Some of you have actually seen Frank before. This is Frank. She's a big girl. Enjoying paid sick leave and free hospital. Non-aggressive popos. Did you know that there have been many... You know what? Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. Yes, she is very... She's very big. She's very thick. She's not thick like a tree sloth. She's also in shed. And you guys... I think you guys have seen... You've never held a snake. Well, they're except your own. Oh, God. So she's in shed, and you can tell that, like, if you look at here on her face where it looks like she's got really dry skin, hold still, Frank. Where, like, right here, it looks really dry. That's because her scales are getting ready to come off. She's getting ready to shed this skin, get a new one. Well, the new one's already underneath there. You can see there's, like, a wood chip right there from when I pulled her out of her enclosure. Anyway. So yeah, she's normally much brighter than this. She's much more yellow, like here on her back where the patterns are. Will you warn if a bite is coming? Lazy Bones, I 100% will never show you guys me getting bit. Period. So yeah, there's no reason to even worry about that. Well, Sloth's biting things right now, so I mean, there's that. But no, I will never show you. In fact, I have not gotten bit by one of them in quite some time. Like right here, I even have my fingers like all up in her face. And I, like, if you watch me, I'm like touching her head, grabbing her face, got her cute little puppy face right there. No bites. Right? Okay. So yeah, she's in shed. And what they do when they shed is they actually form like scales underneath their scales. This is gonna sound really weird, but like the outer scale, like the ones that we're seeing on top right here are her old scales. And when she sheds that off, there's already new ones underneath. All right. So it's not like she's naked. I mean, well, she's a snake, so she's naked, but she's not like just skin. Now, there are snakes that are called scaleless. Yes, she will be a much brighter color once she sheds. Much brighter. And here's one thing I do want you guys, if Past Fox, you're doing things, can you get back over to her face, please? Anyway, like over here, like down here on her belly, even her belly, which is normally like this nice white, kind of has this cream look to it right now. Hey, iHelp, how you doing today? Great to see you. We got like all up in her face right here. If I pause on just the right spot, like her eyes look really dull. Keep the skin or throw it out. Depends. Like if it's a good shed, which means it came off basically all in one piece. I've kept them in the past and like given them to people who were curious. I haven't kept any recently, but yeah, if it's a good shed, I could definitely like just stretch it and dry it. Okay, like right here, you can see like how dull and kind of blue her eye looks. And that's because it's got like the old, like even her eyes are actually, because they don't blink. They don't have a way to close their eyes. So over top of their eye is scale, right? So when she sheds, this eye piece will even come off. Like, so it'll look like a little eyeball. Like not the eyeball, but it'll be like the shape of the eye, like the round of the eye inside her shed. But you can see how it looks really dull and it kind of has that blue look. It's because she's got the, it's called eye caps, Sam. It's like a contact that's over their eye all the time. Anyway, so yeah, so whenever she sheds, that will come off too. Hey, Lemon. What's up? So yeah, when she sheds, that will come off too. All right, so that was Miss Frank. And maybe when she sheds, I'll show you guys like another little video of her for protection from everything. Since they can't close their eye, then yeah, it's like protecting it from drying out, keeping moisture in, from keeping foreign objects out of their eye. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Who's this? Now we just saw Frank, who's like full on in shed. This one's called Cinnabon. Blink if you're okay. They've got little eyeball. Yeah, little eyeball. They can't blink, Sam. All right, so this is Cinnabon. She is a cinnamon. She's naturally dark, but she just shed, and she didn't have a very good one. Okay, I'm like I'm up in her nose. I'm trying to give her boops. But yeah, she didn't have a very good shed. So you can see like right here on her back where there's like still some old scales. And basically all that really, I don't have to do anything to her. I just maybe give her a little bit more moisture in her enclosure so that her humidity is a little higher, and that will come right off. I won't have to do anything for it. You'll see some people will like, I have to give my snake a bath. No, that is like one of the worst things you could possibly do unless your snake is dehydrated. Don't give your snake a bath because they have natural oils. Whenever they form their new scales, they've got natural oils that are helping them shed their old scales. If they don't shed their old scales, there's one of two reasons. Either their humidity wasn't right, which as you can see, she's got some old scales right here on her neck and that spot on her back. Totally 100% my fault. The only other reason is if they're not ready to shed yet. She was being very squirrely. She was like, I want to get back in my home because I don't feel comfortable out here on this cold floor. And she was like crawling under my leg and everything else. So yeah, she very much was like wanting to go back home. But like I said, this is 100% my fault that she didn't have all of her shed come off all at once. That she still has like some little patches. But one thing that's really important, remember how dull Frank's eyes looked? Look how shiny her eyes are. It's because the eye cap thing, came off. What is this place? Yeah, every snake in these videos. What is this place? Why do you have me on this floor? Looks like a snake helping me steal your chainsaw. What the heck, Sloth? But yeah, so she's got like a little bit of shed right here on her side, right there on her back that needs to come off. And like I said, I will have to do absolutely nothing for that to come off. That will come off naturally. But yeah, like most of the time, whenever they have a good shed, it looks like a rolled up sock. And maybe I'll take a next time somebody does one, I will take a picture and post it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It literally looks like a rolled up sock whenever they shed, because they just wiggle and like they crawl out of it. It's weird. But it's like just a rolled up piece of snakeskin. Excuse you, cat. Hi, Mama Cleo. Be gone. Shoo. Goodbye. All right. Thank you. Why you give me that face? It looks like a sock when they shed. Don't give me that face. Ew. All right. So that was Cinnabon, and that was Cinnabon who did not have a perfect shed. Now I'm going to show you guys a picture before I show you this next snake. This next snake was one of my first snakes. This was actually, in fact, the second one that I ever bought. So I'm going to show you a picture of this snake when I first bought it. Don't wash your cats unless they've gotten something on them that is harmful. Yeah, pretty much. They will kill you in your sleep. Unless they're Grandma Pumpkin, in which case sometimes she will climb into the shower with me because she's weird. All right, so this is Fred. This is Fred whenever he was a baby. Don't give me that look. She does. She's the strangest cat ever. I swear to God, she's not really a cat, or she thinks she's not a cat. Grandma Pumpkin, yeah, I know, right? You're not surprised? Yeah, so this is Fred when Fred was a baby. This was Fred when I first bought him. Okay? So you can see he's like the size of my hand. A weird shaped pale banana. He is a triple gene male, which that means he's got the ability to pass on 3 different things to his children. The combination is known as a spinner blast, and the 3 individual genes are pastel, pinstripe, and spider. Pinstripe, as you can see, is really affecting like his pattern on his back, and pastel is making him nice and light, and spider is making the pattern so that it's like in these weird little lines, right? So it's like 2 things are affecting his pattern, and then the one is affecting his color. Evilness, cuteness, and tickling of ears. 3 things. There you go. Okay, so that was Fred when I first got him. All right. This is Fred now. This is Fred, the same snake. Now, he's grown a little bit bigger. He's still shy. See him hiding his little head? And I'm like up in his snoot. I was up in his snoot. I was like, Fred, I need you to look pretty for the camera. And then I got up in his face. Now here's something to pay attention to. You remember how the last snake had dark colored eyes, even though she had just shed? His eyes are like this blue-green color. So he's got a different color eye than the other ones. Yeah. And I'm up in his snoot, and he's just like, no, I'm not having it, woman. So yeah, he's got a different color eyes than the other one, so it's a lot easier to see like his iris and his pupil and what you're poking him. You're gonna poke his snoot. Here, I'll poke his snoot in just a second, I think. Hold on. Is there a poking coming? Oh, we might already missed the poke. Anyway. Yep, poking coming. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, like, even though he's bigger, he's gotten a little bit darker on his back, but he's still got the bright yellow on his sides and the white. And, you know, you can still see the little lines that are his pattern here. He was like, how dare? He was like, how dare? Do you see him hiding his snoot there? He's just like, no, how dare? Don't touch it. It's mine. This is my snoot. But yeah, he was pretty calm about being, you know, he was like, this floor is okay. I don't prefer it, but it's okay. But yeah, so Fred was like this. You guys have seen Moscherie. Moscherie was the first snake I ever bought. Fred was the second. And he is a beautiful boy. And, you know, I'm very happy that I got him. He does have, like, the spider gene, though, is a little weird. Some snakes it makes have, like, a... What's the word I'm looking for? It gives them, like, a balance problem where they shake their head a lot. You will boop it. Oh, I'll boop it. Like, yeah, I got your nose, oh, I got your snoot. Yeah. But yeah, some snakes, they'll have a balance problem where they do, like, yeah, kind of like a vertigo. But, I mean, depending on how bad it is, it can seriously affect their ability to eat and everything else and to have a natural life. But as you can see, he's doing pretty well. Every once in a while, I'll see him doing it, where he, like, does this little head shake, especially when it's time to eat. That's the time I see it the most. It's like he gets excited and then he, like, gets a little... Yeah. But for the most part, he's good. Like I said, as you guys can see him here, he's sticking his head out. He's doing snake things. He's sticking his tongue out. He's not having problems. But it's just that particular gene, the spider gene. It makes him look, you know, it makes him look pretty with the greatly reduced lining and pattern and stuff. But yeah, it makes him do like this head wobble. And he's just like, no, get away from me. You don't want to talk to you. Get away. Don't touch. But yeah, he's a great little snake. And like I said, I've not really seen him do the head wobble too much from that. So, and even if he got it like really bad, because there's, I've heard people say that they had a hatchling that didn't show it at all. And then as the snake grew, it got worse and worse. Even if he got really bad, I would still be taking care of him because he's my little buddy. And like I said, he's the second one I ever bought. So, you know, he's got a special place no matter what happens. Don't you? Just he's just like, no, get away. All right. All right. This next one might be a little hard for some of you to look at. Is it that one? I know we talked at some point last week maybe, about a snake that, how long do they live for? Up to 20 years. You know, there's cases where people have had snakes in captivity that they know are more than 20, but a good kind of gauge is up to 20 years. So this next one, I talked to you guys about this next one, about how she was not being properly cared for. Hey, Bugsy. How was your stream? Yeah, so this next one, I talked to you guys before about how this particular snake was not being properly cared for, that the people who owned her did not have her in good conditions, that she wouldn't eat and they couldn't figure out why. And it was, you know, it was because like the ball pythons in particular, I'm sorry somewhere. How am I doing today? I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Happy Independence Day. Or as the Brits have been telling me, it's Happy Trader Day. A bunch of sea creatures in Animal Crossing. Amazing. That's still a game I haven't gotten into. Brits. Yes. Sloth. Brits. You're a Brit, right? You haven't said anything? Oh, okay. Oh, so it's only specific Brits that are telling me that? Well, damn their faces. All right. Anyway, so they weren't keeping her in proper conditions. They had her in an enclosure that was much too big. It had much too much open space. You have to remember that these animals very much like to be in like enclosed spaces. They spend most of their lifetime inside rodent holes. You've been waiting for foods. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. And there's star-spangled cake treats downstairs. Anyway, yes, those sloth, those. So they really like enclosed spaces, and I don't mean like just, you know, they like to have, you know, something over them so that they feel like they're safe, and maybe something that's close in around their sides so that they can hide in it. And they're ambush predators. So what they would do in the wild is they go down in these tunnels into these rat holes. They wait inside the rat hole, and when the rat comes in, they strike. So they really like to have like a place that they can feel closed in and strike from, right? And those are actually called hides, which is what they're doing in them. They're hiding in them. So most of the time, whenever you guys, yes, reptile stream for now, Orange. So what they do is most of the time is they'll have like their enclosures, and you guys will see this at some point whenever I do a like video and enclosure, is they have like a little hide that they can go into to hide. And once they're in there, like they can turn around so that they're ready to strike for their rodent. And then like the other half of the enclosure is open space and has their water bowl and stuff like that, so that they have somewhere to hide and then somewhere where they can eat and poop and drink and stuff like that. Not all in the same spot, hopefully. But the people that had this next snake, they did not have her in an appropriate enclosure. They had her in a very large space. They had her, a very large hide, so she didn't feel secure. She felt threatened. And they kept her in this, and she didn't eat, and it was like going on 6 months that she hadn't eaten. And they couldn't figure out why their snake kept getting tinier and tinier, and how it was looking sick and it wasn't doing well. And so I actually took a setup and took it to their house, and I said, put her in this. And it had a little hide in it. It had some enclosed space. It had a little water bowl. It had everything she would need. It even included a thermostat and a heat pad so that she could be in the proper temperatures. I said, put this in your closet, because closets are dark and they're quiet, and it would give her time to just settle in and feel safe. I said, put her in this, and then after 3 days, feed her, a 3-day-old rat or something like that, so that she could have some food. So she ate when, after the 3 days had passed, she ate. And then instead of leaving her there, letting her, build up some size or feel better or get some weight to her, they put her right back in the thing she wasn't eating in. And they called me and they said, well, she's not eating again. And I was very upset, to say the least. Very upset. So I went over, and they said, you know what? She's too much work. You can have her. And this is heartbreaking for me, looking back at what she looked like when I got her. So I told you guys that story so you'd be prepared to see this before I show you the video of what she looks like now. Hey Cheshire, how you doing? All right, I told you that to prepare you. This is Bugsy. This is Bugsy when I first got her. Now, if you see this line over here, That's her spine sticking out. That's how small she was. She's laying on her side in this picture because she couldn't keep herself upright. Like, you can see her belly right here. That's because she didn't have enough strength. Her spine was so heavy she was flopping over. She could not stay on her stomach. There she is from a different angle. And like you can see the spine up across here. And she's like all pointy. You can see like how pointy it is right here on this side. Well, they didn't do it on they weren't doing it on purpose, Lemon. That doesn't mean I was any less mad. But guys, there's good news. I know they were Lemon, but there's good news. Because this is Bugsy Today. Yeah, this is Bugsy Today. You can see how much bigger she is. She's got some size to her. She's slithering around. She's happy. She's flicking her tongue. She's doing all the blah la 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 la's. How you doing today, Jack? And Buzzcat, welcome in. How you doing? Blah la la, indeed. This is a snake stream, Buzzcat. How you doing today? So yeah, I know I got upset there because I was looking at her the way she was and remembering how afraid I was that she was gonna die. It's hot. Well, that's true. It is hot and stuff still does need doing. And happy 4th of July. But yeah. Look at her. She's just all slithering around and doing her snake thing. So yeah. What's the dot on her head? That is a shiny scale. That one right there, or that one right there, because that's an eyeball. That one right there is just a spot on her scale. But yeah, so this is her today. A massive difference, right? You missed a ton. You did miss a ton. You missed almost the whole thing. So yeah, she much better, much more, not the eyeball. Okay. Waiting for, see, you keep saying food and now you're making me hungry, Pugsy. Damn it. But yeah, she also just shed. So this is what she looks like freshly shed. I think you guys have seen her before when she's like looking really dark. When she looks really dark because she was getting ready to shed. Well, this is her right after a shed. In fact, like I pulled her out and she was sitting on it. Sam, God damn it, Cheshire. Damn it, Cheshire. She might share. Jeez. The snakes get depressed. How do you entertain a snake? I don't know how you entertain a snake. I'm not sure they can get depressed just because they don't have the brain capacity. Their brains are incredibly simple. They're basically tiny little, you know, tiny little children running on instinct. Slither at it. You slither at it if it gets depressed. Well, that's certainly an idea. Americans. What about Americans, Sectrif? Yeah, pure id. That's all they are. I think we've discussed this before. Their brain is so small, they can only contemplate 3 things. Can I eat it? Can it eat me? Can I have sex with it? That's how you understand a snake. Oh, that's Sectrif. Yes, you did quote it at one point. I'm not sure where it's at, but you did. But yeah, that's basically all the brain power they've got. That one's pretty good too. You can't remember the number? That's not it, Sloth. I don't know what that one was. But yeah, so she's doing much better, as you guys can see. I'm very happy that that my friend decided to hand it over. Oh, that's right, somebody was named Balls Deep. Thank you for adding context for something that was, you know, contextless. All right, Jack. Buzz, thank you so much for the lurk. Yeah, the guy's name in DVD was Balls Deep. No context is the best one? Yeah. Everybody gets one. Jeez. Apparently we don't have a quote 200 yet. Thank God. Yes, maybe. Possibly. Probably. Yeah. Alright. Now, the last reptile-related thing I have for you for today. Are you guys ready for this? I am, because I recorded it on my camcorder and then I exported it to my PC and now I'm playing you the playback. I help. That's why that game is still installed. Alright, are you guys ready for this? This is your bonus. This is your bonus video. It's Lizard Broette. If you can see her. She is... she is like underneath all of these wood chips right here. So like this is her body right here. Like she starts like right up there. This is her body. I just touched her tail. She got very upset at me. Even if trying to, yeah, she was trying to hide very much. She was like, why what is that big black thing? What is it doing in here? I say big black thing, my camcorder is like the size of my palm. So there's her tail, and like over here somewhere you can see one of her dinner. She eats, they're called dubia roaches. They're very, like, I get her the very small ones. They're like the size of my fingernail. And she eats like $15 worth of them a week. There's one right there. There's one right there hiding. Or trying to hide. That's what she eats. She had like 3 of them left. Which will last her probably, like, she probably will eat those sometime tomorrow. So Monday I should be able to get her some more. So yeah. That is Lizard Broette. She does not like her butt touched. She does try to hide. Can grow the roaches? I know I can grow the roaches, but then I have to deal with the roaches versus just dumping them in for her. I'm not a huge fan of having to deal with the roaches. You're gonna poke the butt? What the heck, Sloth? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of having to deal with them because roaches. She sometimes gets mealworms as well. Because butt. Okay, because lizard butt. Because lusty Argonian. You'll find it later? Okay. Random wood. No. But yeah, so she sometimes gets mealworms, which just look like really large pieces of fishing bait. I don't know if you guys, if any fishers in here, like the large white worms, she gets like a small, like the 1-inch long version of those sometimes. They're called mealworms though, whenever she gets them. And I buy them from a pet store instead of a bait shop. Of mealworms in middle school. Okay, so Lemon knows exactly what I'm talking about then. So yeah, she gets those sometimes. She gets the roaches sometimes. Well, the roaches usually. Let's see, what else does she get? She's occasionally eaten a piece of chicken for me. And I don't mean like a chicken nugget, I mean like a little piece of raw chicken. So yeah, she still gets like protein and keratin and calcium and stuff like that. And then she gets her tail touched and freaks out. Maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I've said recently that sounds like Fogan. What about eggs? I've never fed her eggs. Like raw eggs? I've never fed her eggs. Although I've contemplated hard boiling eggs and giving them to her. She has laid eggs though. Last summer she laid eggs. She laid like 8. Which was fun. You know, it was like, well, now I know you're a girl. Because you laid eggs, but at the same time she hadn't been with a male, so they were, you know, they were duds. Ah, touched her butt. Okay. But yeah, so they're lizard. There we go. No, I didn't make an omelet with them. One, they were too small. They were smaller than... They were like the size of half a grape. So they're really small. And I would not want to eat them anyway, because lizard. It just seems like that would not go well. Like it wouldn't really taste that good. And I'm not a fan of eating things I think are going to make me sick. That said, I did eat a chocolate-covered cockroach once, which was... Oh, the lusty Oh, I said Argonian, not Oregonian. Why are you giving me that face, Sam? You telling me you've never tried a chocolate-covered cockroach? You know, when you're in Thailand, you're gonna eat a whole lot of strange things. Just saying. Chocolate-covered grasshopper? You will not. I'm willing to bet there's something really strange in Germany that you're gonna eat someday. It might be mountain oysters, I don't know. And Sam has left the building. But yeah, she was really trying to hide from me because I was getting all up in her face with the camcorder and she was just like, why? Why are you here? That's more French? Okay, Lemon. I'm sorry, Lemon. Alright. Alright, guys, that is it for the snake portion of today. If you, covers Lemon. What's the matter, Fogan? Is there a problem? Is there a problem, Fogan? Alright, so yeah, that is going to be the end of the snake portion of the day. Thank you guys for joining me for that. I hope, if well, I don't know. You guys want some spooky game stuff?